The diplomatic chamber aboard the Jakari mothership gleamed with bioluminescent panels that pulsed in rhythmic patterns, a language James couldn't begin to decipher. He stood beside Lisa, humanity's lead xenolinguist, both wearing their formal Earth Alliance uniforms. The weight of their mission pressed down on James's shoulders like atmospheric pressure on a deep-sea dive. "Remember," Lisa whispered, her dark eyes scanning the assembled Jakari courtiers. "Their color changes indicate emotional states. We've documented 17 distinct hues, but context matters. Don't assume anything." James nodded, swallowing hard. 3 years of training, 2 years traveling through slip space, and now they stood moments away from first contact with the Jakari matriarchy, a civilization that had watched Earth for centuries from beyond the Kuiper Belt. The chamber doors spiraled open with a sound like wind through crystal chimes. The Jakari queen entered, and James forgot how to breathe. She stood nearly 8 feet tall, her form vaguely humanoid but distinctly alien. Her skin resembled living opal, translucent layers that shifted through pearlescent whites and soft blues. 4 arms moved with liquid grace, each ending in 7 delicate fingers. Her face bore 2 large compound eyes that fractured light into rainbow spectrums, and what might have been a mouth curved in an expression James desperately hoped was neutral, but it was more than her appearance. The queen moved with a presence that commanded the space itself, as if gravity bent slightly in deference to her. Every Jakari in the room had shifted to a respectful gray-green, their heads bowed. Lisa stepped forward and performed the greeting gesture they'd practiced 1,000 times. Right hand over heart, left hand extended palm up, a slight bow. "Honored Queen Shivara, we come as voices of Earth, in peace and hope for understanding." The queen's skin rippled, shifting to a warm amber. Her voice emerged from a translator device at her throat, melodic and ancient-sounding. "We welcome humanity to the greater community. Your persistence has been noted." James knew this was his cue. As humanity's cultural representative, he was supposed to present the gift, a carefully curated collection of Earth's art, music, and literature, encoded in a universal format. His hand moved to the data crystal in his pocket, but when the queen's rainbow eyes fixed on him, intelligence and curiosity burning in their depths, something short-circuited in his brain. She was magnificent, not in spite of being alien, but because of it. The way her skin caught the bioluminescent light, the graceful strength in her multiple arms, the weight of eons of civilization in her gaze, it struck him with the force of a revelation. "You're so beautiful I can't even speak," James said. The words hung in the air like a grenade with a pulled pin. Lisa's face went white. Every Jakari in the room froze. The queen's skin, which had been cycling through amber tones, suddenly flushed to a deep, vibrant crimson, starting from her face and cascading down her entire body in waves. "James!" Lisa hissed through clenched teeth, but James was watching the queen, and some instinct told him to keep talking. "I apologize if that was inappropriate, Your Majesty, but I've spent my entire life studying the stars, wondering what was out there, and now I'm standing here and you're real. Your civilization is real. It's overwhelming." The queen's crimson deepened, spreading to a shade James had never seen in any of their documentation. Her courtiers had shifted to a shocked purple-gray, creating a stark contrast. "You find our form pleasing?" the queen asked, her translator struggling to render an undertone that might have been confusion, might have been something else. James felt Lisa's elbow dig into his ribs, but he'd already jumped off the cliff. Might as well enjoy the fall. "Pleasing seems inadequate. You represent everything humanity has dreamed about. Proof that we're not alone, that intelligence and beauty can take forms we never imagined. Your people have achieved things we're only beginning to understand. How could that be anything but beautiful?" The crimson on the queen's skin began to pulse, and James noticed something else. Tiny golden flecks appeared, sparkling across her opal-like surface like stars. One of the courtiers stepped forward, its skin now a concerned orange. "Your Majesty, perhaps the humans require recalibration of their translation matrices." "Silence," the queen said softly. Her eyes never left James. "In 300 cycles of receiving delegations from new species, not one has spoken so directly." Lisa found her voice. "Your Majesty, my colleague meant no disrespect. Human emotional responses can sometimes—" "Your colleague," the queen interrupted. has paid the highest compliment in Jakari culture. She moved closer to James, and he could see his reflection fractured across her compound eyes, 100 tiny humans staring back. The crimson is not shame, human James. It is the color of deep appreciation. The golden flecks mean you have surprised us, challenged our assumptions. She extended one of her 4 hands. Among my people, beauty is not merely physical. It is the courage to speak truth in the face of power. It is genuine wonder in the presence of the unknown. These qualities we value above all. James took her hand, warm, smooth, alien, and felt the historic weight of the moment. Humanity's first contact with the Jakari matriarchy, and he'd stumbled into it backwards. Thank you, he managed, for understanding what I meant, even when I didn't know how to say it properly. The queen's skin slowly shifted to a rich purple shot through with gold. What Lisa would later learn was the Jakari color for honored friendship. Perhaps, Queen Shivara said, humanity is ready for the greater community after all. Not because you have conquered fear, but because you haven't let it silence your wonder. As the formal proceedings continued, James caught Lisa's expression, somewhere between exasperation and amazement. She mouthed 4 words at him. How are you alive? James just smiled. Sometimes being human meant taking the leap. Sometimes it meant speaking the truth even when your brain screamed at you to shut up. And sometimes, just sometimes, the universe rewarded that kind of crazy courage. The stars, it turned out, appreciated honesty.